Okay, hey, what's up? I'm Metronome. Typically my videos, am I in focus? Typically my videos are going to be political, I would assume, in nature, and if you're watching this video from my other account, that's usually what my videos are going to be. But I'm going to make this quick video of this, and I'm going to explain why I'm going to make a video of this, and it's pretty simple. The simple reason I'm going to make a video of this is basically because there are no videos of the BP Mini amp. And it's pretty good. It's 120 bucks. It's wireless. It's the best option for a beginner guitarist, in my opinion. And I'll get to why in a second. And I'll try to do a quick no pause review of this, and then I'll give you some sound samples, which should, I mean, if this thing doesn't start screwing up like my first one. And that's actually part of why I'm making this. I bought an amp. I bought one of these. The first one I got, it was cutting out and stuff. It was kind of useless as a performing tool. So I emailed them, and they sent me a second one without even asking for the first one back. So now I have, well, I gave the first one to my niece and my sister, but now I have another one, and the fact is these things actually sound really good. So this one hasn't done that yet. I've had it for about a week. I play it every day. It works. It has great battery life. I would say it's about 6-7 hours of battery life. I'll just turn it on, give you some quick sound samples. Should have probably started with playing, because that's probably a better way to captivate an audience, but I don't really care about that. I'm just trying to give an honest review for anybody who's trying to save some money. That's literally the only reason I'm making this video. I think I have reverb on 5 on both the mic and the thing, so I'm going to bring the mic into the mic's on. So I got the mic pretty high up. I got to watch the mic volume because it's pretty late right now, so hopefully you can catch this from the shotgun that is sitting right in front of me. That's probably only going to catch the actual, so I'll turn it up a little bit. But I have to be careful because feedback. I have a mic and a thing right now at the same time. Oh, it's a little turned down actually. Turn the pickup down and the mic up. If you blend them right, that's the thing. If you blend them right, this actually sounds really good. Sorry, I made like 700 mistakes there, and you can't even see the guitar that I'm playing. But you can tell, this thing actually sounds really good. that's pretty much what I'm gonna do for sound test because it's late. That's kind of like, to be honest, I'm kind of playing a little conservatively, partly because it's late, and because I don't really want to disturb my neighbors at, what is it? It's about 2 in the morning right now. It's kind of irresponsible of me to even make a video right now and have to be kind of quiet, but it gives me a chance to kind of talk more about it and not just give you sound samples, because that's just, I just wanted to prove to you, this isn't so much to be like, wow, it sounds amazing, because in my opinion it does. It's more, one of the reasons I really wanted to do that was because I wanted to just give you an idea of what it sounds like and just show you that in an unencumbered environment, like if I could turn the volume up, I could show you that this thing actually, if you can turn it up, if you fill a room with the sound and you actually get the mic placement just right around the 12th fret, you get a decent mic, even a half decent $80 at least XLR mic. You boost it a little bit, run it to the mic input, and then you have the guitar pickup running to the other one, and you run that a little quieter and turn the treble down a little bit like I generally always do. You can get a really good sound out of this thing. Like, a busker could actually use this. It doesn't have a notch filter. That's kind of a huge downside. I guess you could buy a mic thing with a notch filter maybe. I'm sure that exists. But you don't even really need it. You just, I guess, keep the mic as low as possible. Like, you keep the mic generally turned down. That's part of why I boost it. Because, like, when you boost mics, you can keep the noise floor, like, I guess you are bringing the noise floor up, but not to get too technical about this. It just sounds good. It has reverb on the mic channel. Here's like, this is specifically why I'm so in love with this amp, because it's cheap. It has reverb on the mic, right? So you can sing and add reverb, which is huge, because if you're going to sing, you kind of, you're going to need reverb if you're going to have reverb on the guitar. Or at least it's just helpful. You don't need it. You shouldn't need it, but it's helpful if you're actually a vocalist. It has chorus, and the chorus is pretty deep. Like, the chorus goes medieval, you know? It goes like harpsichord. It has good deep reverb on the guitar channel too, and it's like a room church reverb. It's pretty good. And this is like, honestly, even if you were like in a gospel band or something and you were just accompanying, you could get a lot of sound out of this. It's like 20 watt, I believe, 15 watt, but it's only like $100. And if it doesn't work, they'll send you another one. I'm not doing this for the company, it's just the company treated me pretty well. I have another company, actually, I'll just say it right now. I have Joyo. I sent them an email. Hopefully they email me back, because one of their pedals died and one of their amps died on me. Not a crate, it's a little mini amp that you plug into your guitar, but that sucked. So I'll just give you a quick review of that right now. The Legal Done noise gate pedal was great when it worked, but then it stopped working. And it was really great when it worked. It canceled all the noise. Sometimes I forgot I'd leave it on and forget it was on, and it didn't really affect tone that much that I even noticed. And it was just a great pedal, but it just died today. It didn't make any smoky anything. It just doesn't work anymore. What else? I'll go into my other pedals in other videos. I have the Donner carbon fiber / wood guitar coming, and no one's actually reviewed that either. And like, not to say no one's reviewed it. No one's reviewed it who I don't think is a shill. And to be perfectly honest, and I'm not just trying to diss the YouTube guitar community, but quite honestly, I'm not a shill. I bought this, right? I bought this and I feel like I should review it because no one who plays acoustic guitar reviewed this. And I know I didn't prove anything there. I sounded like crap there. But the fact is, a lot of people have reviewed this amp and a lot of the cool music amps and a lot of the acoustic amps, including famous, like, good YouTubers who, like, literally this is their 9 to 5. This is their 9 to 5 to, like, review an acoustic amp, and they don't even, like, learn anything on acoustic guitar first. Like, there are so many, and I'm just gonna say it. Electric guitarists are not acoustic guitarists. Owning an acoustic guitar does not make you an acoustic guitarist. Knowing some cowboy chords and knowing, like, a couple of finger picking patterns does not make you an acoustic guitarist any more than, like, if I can play Led Zeppelin, I wouldn't say I was an electric guitarist. Like, if I couldn't play For the Love of God, I wouldn't say I play electric guitar. You know, if I couldn't play something like seriously hard in that realm, I wouldn't say I even played electric guitar really. I'd say, like, oh, I play acoustic and I just play the guitar generally. And I know people are going to pick me apart for this and say, like, well, why can't I just say I play the guitar? It's like, no, it's not. Most guitarists aren't acoustic guitarists. Like, most YouTube guitarists are not acoustic guitarists. There are very few, if not no, real acoustic guitar channels per se. Like, and I know I'm gonna sound ignorant saying that, but like, who? Is Paul David really an acoustic guitarist only? Is Sean Daniel really an acoustic guitar only? And I know I'm just calling out every name here, and it's probably stupid, but if you're still watching this video, I might as well say interesting things. And that's just my opinion. There's so many YouTube shills. I don't think most of them should have a 9-to-5 job doing this. Really, they're just making commercials for you for stuff that, like, a lot of times breaks. And that's not to diss Joyo. Like, if they don't get me back, I'm just going to make a video every day about Joyo until they get back to me and give me a new noise gate pedal, because, like, that's not cool. That's an expensive noise gate. That's like a 4-channel or 2-channel noise gate. And to be honest, and that's the other thing, the return send on that noise gate never actually worked. Like, it never worked. And then it just stopped working altogether. Like, it's so stupid. Anyway, a lot of stuff that I feel like people are saying is good. Like, I bought the Van Gogh parlor guitar because a lot of YouTubers said it was good, and it's not good. It's not a good guitar. I made it good, but as it came out of the box, I would never recommend that for $150 to someone. I would say go online, go on Facebook Marketplace and spend $200, and you'll get like an actual $500 Yamaha or something, or a Godin, or you'll get something decent. You get a really good Norman or Seagull for, $250 if you just look around for a while. Over this, I would take that in a heartbeat, because you can actually feel the wood. It's not like a laminated sheet under a layer of gloss. Like, you can just tell how fake all the wood is. And then when I had to saw it open to put a pickup in it, I could grab that guitar too and show you. To be honest, the saving grace of that thing was I just wanted a small body guitar. I didn't really care if it was good, so when it wasn't good, I wasn't that surprised. But it still bothered me that so many YouTubers had lied about the Van Gogh 3/4 size parlor acoustic. Maybe the cutaway one is slightly better, but I doubt it. It's the same guitar, just with a cutaway, and a worse pickup than what I put in. And here's my advice. If you're going to get an acoustic, I would say, if it's going to be cheap, get a classical, or get the cheapest carbon acoustic, and just it probably has amplification. That with reverb is going to sound better than any cheap acoustic. A really small body with reverb that has built-in, and you just plug in USB-C and you're always just amplifying it, probably better. And if it has a carbon neck, you're eliminating most of the problems with these cheap guitars. So that's really my advice. Get an Enya or one of those carbon fiber guitars. It's not going to sound like wood, but you don't deserve wood yet if you don't know how to play acoustic yet. And I'm saying that. You do not deserve a wood acoustic, like a solid wood, unless you know how to play. Let's say, unless you can play Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You with no flaws. Here, let me just play it for you right now to show you, like, it's not. You know the song, right? If you can't play that, like, I can play it like fast, slow, up and down. I can add 6, 7 notes. I'm just playing it as an example. If you can't play that song at that tempo, you shouldn't have a solid wood guitar. You shouldn't own one. Until you can play that on a Yamaha or some Fender $200, you shouldn't buy a solid. People buy solid wood guitars because, like I'm gonna be honest, I shouldn't name names, but even like, I don't know. Like, I'm just gonna say it. Even, I love Rick Beato, right? I admire his content. He's a better guitarist than me on electric. I would smoke Rick Beato on acoustic. I actually believe I would. I would smoke, in like a banjo duel, I'd actually smoke Rick Beato on acoustic. He's a way better electric guitarist than me. That's why I was saying, like, it's not the same thing. Like, and here's my example. One of the songs I played a sample of, and I was really just noodling, I can play that at like 150% speed. The intro to Crazy on You by heart, right? I can play that along with the song, note for note. But Rick Beato did a best intros of all time, and he admitted in that video, he's like, I'm not even going to attempt, I never even tried to learn that because it's so hard. And it's like a lot of people, even Tyler from Music Is Win, admitted that he won't even learn that song because the first bar is, I'll show you. The first bar of that, and try this at home. It's not easy. Try to do that. Try to do that. Try to go. I'm playing 3 notes there. but you have to play them really fast. That's hard. That took me, like, I wouldn't say that took me years. I learned how to play classical gas, and then I learned that, and it was kind of easy. But I remember thinking, if I didn't learn how to play classical gas first, and I didn't know how to play classical gas at like 150% speed, I would never have been able to learn that song. It would have taken me years, because it's like when you play classical gas, you're basically playing that riff. It's slowed down. But I was playing classical gas every day, so like I could say I've been practicing that for a long time, and finally nailed it. But yeah, that's a hard song on acoustic, and it's like that just came to me. I learned that like that intro. If you want to know, like if you try to learn that and you can't get most of that roughly in about 6 days, like that's pretty much how long it took me to learn that. With Rocksmith, I used Rocksmith to know the exact notes, but it's like I just knew what it sounded like. I got it pretty close, and then I went into Rocksmith, polished it in about 3 hours, and I could play that really fast now. And no electric guitars can play that. Like no electric guitar. That's an acoustic guitar thing. Like, I don't know. I'm being a douche about this, but it's true. It's like it's not a level playing ground. Like we're not playing the same instrument. And like I can play things on acoustic that other electric players can't play. Most electric players, and I'm gonna say most of the things electric players would find easy, a lot of the Van Halen eruption shit, I don't even try to play any of that. I'm not just like a blues player either. I'm kind of like I'm in some kind of weird purgatory between jazz and blues all the time, and classical, really, because I played classical guitar, and that's really a lot of major scale and a lot of chromatic shit is where I was based. So like I learned initially the first 5 years I was just learning classical Fernando Sor songs. And then from there I learned like Jimi Hendrix songs and stuff, but I was still playing it all on acoustic. Like I play like Satch Boogie songs like that on acoustic. Like I'll learn the music on electric, but the goal is always to play it on acoustic, because I believe like I play the acoustic. I have more acoustics than I do electric. Well, maybe not now, but I have more acoustics, like, and I care about every single one of them. And my electrics, like this Martin is like my pride and joy. This was an inheritance gift. So like this is the guitar. This will never have a scratch in it, and if it does, I don't know. I don't think it will though, because I just baby this thing so hard. But yeah, that's pretty much. I'm gonna wrap it up. The BP Mini is worth buying. That's really TLDR. The BP Mini amplifier by Cool Music is totally worth buying if you have $120 and you don't have an amplifier yet. That's the other thing. If you have an amp already, I wouldn't, like if I really had thought about it deeply about this first, I maybe not would have bought this. But I'm glad I did, because now I can sell that amp, or maybe even my Boss amp as well, because I don't need them. Like I'm trying to think practically of when I would use them. This has DI out. I didn't even mention that. This has DI out, and it works as a really good Bluetooth speaker. If you just want a great Bluetooth speaker if you're looking around $100 and you want something that will actually, let's say your car stereo's dead. And I'm not just trying to sell you this thing, but I've actually been in this scenario. If my car stereo was dead and I couldn't have music in my car and I just had this, perfect. Because you charge it and you get a whole week of music in your car out of it. You just put it in the passenger seat and you play anything you want. From your iPhone, you can just play any radio station or any song you want. So it's kind of better than having the radio in a way. Well, not, but it's still better than having silence. So anyway, yeah, there's a lot of good uses for this. You can use it as a DI out as well, which is okay. Here's another huge use for this, and this is just a last tip, and this kind of a hack that I realized with this amp that I was like, wow, this thing's amazing. My Boss amp does this too, but the fact that this does this is cool. If you probably didn't see, but if you look in the photos of this on Amazon, on the back it has a DI out. But the thing that they don't really talk about is it has 2 inputs and an aux in. So you could technically do crazy shit. You could run a Tank G, a cab sim pedal into the aux in and make this, and I tried this, it works. You could use this as an electric guitar amp if you want to preamp it with like a Tank G pedal or a multi-effects pedal, but that's not really the best part. The best part is it has 2 mic inputs and 1 DI out, so it's blending those, and you can add reverb and all that stuff, and just DI it out to your actual inputs on your computer. So not just straight into your computer, but into your interface. So you can run from this to your interface, and you get a 2-into-1. If you understand what I mean. If you have a single input mic interface, this is the best amp for you to get because you can just do whatever. Even if you just do voiceovers and you want to run 2 mics into one, you can just use this, and it's battery operated, so you're never connecting it to a wall or anything. Even my mic, my Comica preamp, it just runs on a 9-volt, and it works for, I don't know how long, but I'm assuming a long time. On a 9-volt, so it's wireless too. So I have all this preamp gain additional stuff running off of 9 volts. Sorry for doing that, but it's just great. Like the portability, the fact that this isn't plugged into anything. Like I could pick it up and throw it across the room and it's not gonna unplug anywhere. Is crazy. And it's really durable too. It's fallen on the ground, it's done all kinds of stuff, and like I can't see how you could damage this thing. The grill is pretty tight. Like it'd be hard to actually damage the cone. The buttons and the knobs are all basically typical amp grade. The knobs feel really smooth. There's no scratchiness when you turn them. It's a great amplifier. I own other amplifiers. I've been playing with acoustic guitar amplifiers for 25 years, so I know what I'm talking about, and I'm not snake oiling you. I bought this and I don't regret it at all. So yeah, that's my review of this thing. My next videos will probably be political.